You are at the 22nd International Convention of the Experimental Aircraft Association. The time is 7 p.m. on Friday, August 2nd, 1974, and the evening air show is just over. Hundreds of aircraft have awaited this moment to converge on Whitman Field for the weekend's activities. Using a gravel pit northwest of the field as a reporting point, controllers attempt to organize the traffic flow. However, the eagerness of the arriving pilots soon clogs the system. The controllers innovate.
Okay, gentlemen, it's totally unreal. There are entirely too many airplanes in the traffic pattern. Now listen up and pay attention. I want any tail dragger, any aircraft capable of landing on 1-8 and keeping his base leg south of 2-7. I want him to go southwest and change to 121.9. We're going to use 121.9 and land on 1-8. Now the rest of you guys, low tail drag on final, go around. The low tail drag on a short final, go around. The yellow tail drag on final for 2-7, go around. Okay, now the slow ones go down a mile southwest on ground control. White twin Comanche, watch that yellow one off ahead of you on final. Any tail draggers or any slow airplanes that can land on 1-8, go a mile southwest, make left traffic for 1-8, but you have to make your base south of the east-west runway. Now everybody else, get off the final approach. I don't want any more landings on 2-7. We're going to go back to the gravel pit and we're going to start this thing over. There are too many airplanes, you're too close together, and we're going to have an accident. I'll knock it off. No more landings. You go back to the gravel pit, we're going to get you separated, and we'll work you in. The tail draggers are slow airplanes that can use runway 18, go a mile southwest, and come up on 121.9. We're stopping the departures.
White Mooney on final for 2-7, going around.
Trim over the gravel pit. Okay, White Mooney on final for 2-7 is going around. Right traffic runway 27 for all the aircraft except the tail draggers. Tail draggers, you go southwest a mile and call tower on 121.9 for sequence for runway 18. Tail draggers will be for runway 18 only. Everybody else, right traffic runway 27. White Mooney, you keep her coming for runway 27. You're clear to land. White Mooney, clear to land.
Roger, White Mooney, clear to land. Yellow Cardinal over the gravel pit.
Yellow Cardinal, pick up somebody ahead of you. Right traffic, runway 27. Follow him, keeping in trail. No side-by-side, gentlemen. Runway 27, right traffic. All tail draggers, you go southwest 1 mile and call ground 121.9 for landing runway 18. Good, White. 1 mile out. Okay, biplane on final for runway 27. I want you to go around on runway 27 now and make a left turn into runway 18. Biplane on final for runway 27. Move over to the left, make a base leg for runway 18. Runway 18 only for the biplane, rocky wings if you understand that. All other aircraft, right traffic runway 27, stay in trail. Side by side is unable on that runway. Unable side by side if you're on the outside. Break out to the left, re-enter at the gravel pit, runway 27. All triangles go a mile south. Okay, Mooney on final for runway 18. A White Mooney, if you can go land on runway 18, do that. Make a left base from that position for runway 18. All tail draggers, you go a mile southwest and call a tower 121.9 for runway 18. All tail draggers for runway 18.
Red and white 182 over the gravel pit.
Red and white 182, pick up somebody ahead of you and follow him in trail. Runway 27, right traffic, runway 27, color and type only at the gravel pit. Okay, White Mooney, you continue approach. Looks like the tail dragger's putting her down there ahead of you. Continue approach, and we'll land beyond the Mooney if we have to. Stinson to final runway 27, change your approach to runway 18 and land on that runway. Stinson on final for runway 18, change to, correction, runway 27, change to 18 and land on runway 18. There's a biplane on final for runway 18 at this time, follow him. Okay, the Mooney on short final, you're cleared to land. Clear the runway to the left as soon as possible. Tail dragger over the numbers, put her down and follow the Mooney to the left to the grass as soon as you can. Cessna with a light on a short final, keep it in the air until that tail dragger touching down is out of your way. All aircraft, right traffic, runway 27. No side-by-side. Keep it in trail, gentlemen. Put your lights on. If you're on the outside, brake to the left and re-enter at the gravel pit. All tail draggers, you go to mile southwest and call ground 121.9 for landing on runway 18. Left traffic for runway 18, right traffic, runway 27. Keep it in trail, gentlemen. Okay, the Cessna over the numbers, you're cleared to land. Clear the runway into the grass to the left as soon as you can after you land. Okay, Green Mooney on the final, you're cleared to land, runway 27. The tail dragger on the left base for runway 18, you're cleared to land. Traffic at the shoreline, you're following a Mooney. That's low on the quarter-mile final, runway 27. Right traffic runway 27 for everybody except the tail draggers. Tail draggers go a mile southwest, call the tower 121.9 for a left turn into runway 18. Right traffic runway 27 for everybody else. Check out the gravel pit with your color and type. Stay in trail, no side-by-side. If you're on the outside side-by-side, break out, go back to the gravel pit and re-enter the final approach. Traffic on the short final runway 18 is cleared to land. And Cessna final for runway 27, change to 18. The second aircraft, the Cessna on final for runway 18, make a left turn now and go over runway 18. You're too close to the tricycle gear that's ahead of you, the low wing. Left turn to runway 18. Okay, you're doing fine. I see you making your left turn out. Cleared to land runway 18. The tail dragger just touched down ahead of you. Okay, the other aircraft, the red and white Cessna final runway 27, you're cleared to land. There is a Cherokee touching down ahead of you. All aircraft after you land. Okay, the Cessna on final for runway 18 or on base leg for runway 18. Break it to the left now. Cessna on the base leg for runway, break it left. Now there's traffic off your right of Cessna 195 on a straight-in approach. Okay, you circle to the left and go back into the base leg for runway 18. All aircraft runway 27. Okay, red and white Cessna on the go-around here. If you can slow it down now, you can land on the south taxiway. That's right ahead of you there, red and white Cessna. You can put it down right on the taxiway parallel to that Cessna 195. Tri-Pacer on final runway 27, cleared to land. After you land, gentlemen, turn into the grass, follow the flagman for parking. Bonanza on a low final approach for runway 27. Continue approach as the Tri-Pacer touching down. Tri-Pacer after you land, clear the runway to the grass as soon as you can. All aircraft landing on runway 27, right traffic. Check out the gravel pit. Stay in trail, no side-by-side. If you're side-by-side, aircraft on the outside, brake to the left, re-enter at the gravel pit. Okay, the Citabria on the base leg for runway 18. Go around, climb straight ahead to westbound. So red and white Citabria, you go around. Climb westbound just north of the tower. Straight ahead, there's traffic on your left on the base leg. Okay, red and white Citabria, if you hear me, go around, please. Okay, and the red and white Cessna on the left base leg, make a left base right behind that Citabria, cleared to land runway 18. Cessna at the shoreline and final for runway 27, cleared to land. Bonanza just landed, clear into the grass as soon as you can. All aircraft right traffic runway 27 except for the tail draggers. You go to 121.9 for runway 18. 121.9 runway 18 for the tail draggers. All other aircraft right traffic runway 27. Stay in trail, gentlemen. No side-by-side. Keep it low and close. Low and close. No side-by-side. If you're side-by-side, aircraft on the outside, brake left. Go back to the gravel pit and re-enter. Stay in trail. Cessna 180 touching down on runway 18. Okay, blue and white Cessna 170 on red and white Cessna 170 left base, runway 18. You're cleared to land. Cessna 170 that broke out, make a right turn and re-enter downwind leg north of the airport. Okay, and there's a tail dragger on the left base for runway 18. Now you're following the aircraft that's on a short final turning in now. It's a red and white Cessna 170. All aircraft landing runway 18, turn off to the right off the runway. And all aircraft landing runway 18, change to 121.9 ground control after you land. All aircraft landing runway 27, you turn off to the left, follow the flagman for parking in the grass area. Yellow and white Cessna on final for runway 27 is cleared to land. Right traffic runway 27. All aircraft enter a right downwind leg over the gravel pit. Stay in trail, no side-by-side. If you're side-by-side on the outside, brake out and re-enter at the gravel pit. Right traffic runway 27. All trail draggers enter a left pattern for runway 18. Stay in trail for runway 18. Tail draggers on runway 18. Yellow Cessna on right base. Start a left turn. You're cutting out traffic. Extend your downwind leg. Red and white Cessna taxiing on the south taxiway. Turn left next intersection. Hold short of runway 18. Chase to ground control 121.9. All tail draggers are runway 18. Stay in trail. Stay in trail. Line runway 18. The wind check is 270 degrees at 10. Now you'll have a right crosswind. After you land on runway 18, make a right turn into the grass. Call ground 121.9. All traffic lining runway 27. Left turn into the grass. Follow the flagman for parking. Okay, yellow Cessna on final. Blink your light. Flash your landing light. Yellow Cessna on final for runway 27, flash your landing light. Okay, keep her coming, keep it and yellow Cessna on final for runway 27, go around. Go around on runway 27, yellow Cessna. All tail draggers landing on runway 18. Okay, there's a red and white high wing on final for runway 27. Looks like a Fairchild. You land beyond that traffic just below you. Okay, you're cleared to land now, Fairchild. Just land on runway 18, make a right turn into the grass and follow the ground control on 121.9 for parking. All traffic landing runway 27, left turn into the grass and follow the flagman for parking. Traffic landing runway 18, right turn into the grass 121.9. The Cherokee following the Tri-Pacer on runway 27. Keep it up. We're going to land long. We're going to land beyond that Tri-Pacer that's touching down. All tail draggers, left traffic, runway 18, left traffic, runway 18. Stay in trail, gentlemen. All other aircraft make right traffic, runway 27, stay in trail. Do not go side by side. If you're side by side on the outside, brake left, go back to the gravel pit northwest corner, re-enter the pattern. Right traffic, runway 27 for everybody else except the tail draggers. Okay, the Tri-Facer, or correction, the Cherokee land on runway 27, you're beyond the traffic now. You look good. Green Bunny is cleared to land runway 27. All tail draggers, left traffic, runway 18. Left traffic, runway 18 for the tail draggers. Stay in trail, no side by side. Tail draggers landing on runway 18, make a right turn into the grass, 121.9 after you clear the runway. And all traffic on runway 27, right traffic, clear the runway to the left into the grass to follow the flagman for parking. Okay, the, looks like a Stagger Wing Beach, left turn, stand by.
Blue and white Cessna over gravel pit.
Blue and white Cessna, pick up somebody ahead of you, stay in trail, right traffic, runway 27. In trail, gentlemen, if you're between Beach, that's on final for runway 27, continue to approach. There's a single engine, looks like a Cherokee, just touched down ahead of you. A Cherokee that just landed, Comanche, turn left into the grass as soon as you can. Twin Beach, hold it off the runway until that Comanche is clear. And then you can land runway 27, left turn into the grass after you clear, gentlemen, watch the flagman for parking. Right traffic, runway 27. Right traffic, runway 27 for everybody else except the trail draggers. The tail draggers, you go a mile southwest, call 121.9 for landing on that runway. All other aircraft, right traffic, runway 27, stay in trail, no side by side. If you're side by side, the man on the outside, depart the pattern, re-enter at the gravel pit, pick somebody up and stay in trail. Keep your landing light on, man. Red and white Cherokee at the shoreline, cleared to land runway 27. Traffic gets coming up over the threshold. Make a left turn off into the grass as soon as you can. A Bonanza that's crossing the threshold, you're clear to land. You're following a Cessna tail dragger that's ahead of you, just about at the numbers. Right traffic, runway 27, gentlemen. Stay in trail, turn on your landing light. Keep it low and slow, keep it close in. Don't go out too far. If you go out too far, we're going to lose sight of you out there on runway 27. Right traffic, runway 27. And your color and type only at the gravel pit. You need not even acknowledge now. We're going to keep continuing continuous transmissions here right now. Aircraft landing runway 27, left turn into the grass, follow the flagman for parking. Stay in trail, gentlemen, with your landing lights on. Low and slow, keep your downwind in close. Keep your downwind close, runway 27. No parallel or side by side on runway 27. If you're on the outside, break it left, go back to the gravel pit at the northwest corner and re-enter. All the tail draggers, you make a left pattern by calling 121.9, 1 mile southwest of the airport. It'll be left turn into runway 18 for the tail draggers. Tail draggers, after you land, turn right into the grass, call ground 121.9. Aztec, that's on final for runway 27. I want you to land long. You keep it in the air. We've got two light ones that touch down ahead of you. I'll tell you when to touch down, Aztec. You just keep her going down the runway. All aircraft that landed on runway 27, turn left into the grass, watch the flagman for parking. Okay, Aztec, you just keep her up in the air there. As soon as that traffic is clear, I want you to land and turn left into the grass as soon as you can and follow the flagman for parking. Right traffic, runway 27. Okay, 172 is clear to land. The Apache is landing down the runway ahead of you. No problem. 172, put her down the numbers and turn left into the grass as soon as you can. All aircraft landing runway 27, make right traffic. Join the pattern at the gravel pit northwest. Stay in trail, keep it low and close. Yellow Cessna on final, you're cleared to land. Right traffic, runway 27, stay in trail, no side-by-side, gentlemen. If you're on the outside side-by-side, break out and re-enter north of the airport, pick somebody up and stay in trail. And put your landing light on as you enter the pattern. All tail draggers, you've called 121.9, enter the pattern 1 mile southwest of the airport for left turn into runway 18. Okay. Cherokee and short final, you keep it in the air now. You've got a tail dragger ahead of you touching down on the numbers. I want you to stay at that altitude now and continue down the runway. I'll advise you when to put the aircraft down. Trail dragger that's touching down, after you land, I want you to clear the runway to the left into the grass as soon as possible. Watch the flagman for parking. Second Cherokee on final, you touch it down the numbers. Cherokee ahead of you is going to stay a little high and land down the runway. Okay, Cherokee down the runway, keep her going, keep her going. Okay, the traffic is clear at Cherokee, it's over the numbers now, you can land. And turn left into the grass as soon as possible. Follow the flagman for parking. Okay, traffic, a Cessna is crossing the inside the shoreline now, you're following the Cherokee on the numbers, and you're cleared to land. Right traffic, runway 27, stay in trail, no side-by-side. Join the traffic pattern at the gravel pit 1 mile northwest of the airport. If you're side-by-side, the man on the outside break left and go back to the gravel pit and re-enter the pattern. All tail draggers use runway 18 with left traffic. Call 121.9 1 mile southwest for left traffic to runway 18. Everybody stay in trail. Okay, everybody that's on this frequency, tail dragger will be on this frequency. We're going to quit green Cessna on final go around. Green Cessna on final go around. Cherokee 6 clear the line on the numbers. There's a Cessna rolling out. Green Cessna go around, please. Green Cessna go around. Cherokee 6 go around. Cherokee 6 go around now. Okay, the green Cessna, keep her taxiing down the runway. Cherokee 6 go around if you can. Go around. Cherokee 6, okay, now keep that altitude, Cherokee 6. Keep that altitude now, and you're cleared to land. You're beyond the Cessna. Now clear to land, Cherokee. If we're going down on the runway, you can turn left at the end. Turn left into the grass after you land. Watch the flagman for parking, Cherokee. Very good, sir. You're doing a good job. Okay, it looks like a tail dragger with a lot of lights on final. They're coming up with the numbers here. Cleared to land and landed down on the numbers. Cessna touching down on the numbers. Make a left turn into the grass as soon as possible. Follow the flagman for parking. Avion, you continue to approach. Avion's cleared to land on the numbers. Cessna, turn left into the grass. Watch the flagman for parking. Cherokee on final, you fly down the runway, and there'll be a tri-spacer touching down behind you. Cherokee on final is coming up on the numbers. Now you fly down the runway. I'll advise you when to touch down. Tri-spacer right behind the Cherokee, you land on the numbers. Cherokee, keep going down the runway. White tri-spacer, you level off on final and fly down the runway. White tri-spacer on final, you level off and fly down the runway. Cherokee, keep it going down the runway. Cherokee, keep it going down the runway. You're doing fine. I'll advise you when to start down and land. Okay, tri-spacer, you keep it going down the runway behind the Cherokee. You're going to land behind them. All right, keep it going, tri-spacer. In the traffic over the numbers, you touch down. Now, tri-spacer, keep it going down the runway. Cherokee, you keep it going down the runway. Tri-spacer, you land now. Cherokee, you touch down and turn to left at the into the grass after you land and follow the flagman for parking. Okay, Delta Dyke, it looks like he's in the left-hander for runway 18. I see one tri-spacer going around. Keep it in the air, tri-spacer. Keep it in the air. Okay, tri-spacer that's going around, you keep it in the air there. As soon as you're beyond the other tri-spacer, we'll have you touch down. Advise you when you're by. Let me know when he's by him over there. Okay, tri-spacer, keep her going. Keep her going. You're looking good. Okay, clear to land, tri-spacer. You're touching down the midpoint of the runway now. Left into the grass after you land. All traffic, right traffic on runway 27. Right traffic, runway 27. Stay in trail, no side-by-side. If you're on the outside side-by-side, break out, re-enter at the gravel pit. Stay in trail, turn on your landing lights, and stay in trail, runway 27. Cherokee on final inside the shoreline is clear to land. All the tail draggers, you'll stay in the pattern for runway 27. We're going to use departures for runway 18 only now.
Okay, the Cherokee on final is cleared to land. After land, make a left turn off the grass. No side-by-side flying. No side-by-side. If you're side-by-side, go back to the gravel pit and start it all over. The fellas on final, the Bonanza on final is cleared to land. Keep your spacing, gentlemen. As soon as you're on the ground, level off and make a left turn off the runway into the grass. Believe me, there is one close behind you. Cessna on final. The Cessna just inside the shoreline. You put it down right on the numbers. Now the Cherokee that's just coming up on the shoreline behind the Cessna, you're too darn close to him. I want you to level off. You fly down the runway. You can plan on landing the last half, but don't start down. Maintain your altitude. I'll tell you when to land. The Cessna that's inside the shoreline and coming up on the numbers. You put it right on the numbers and then expedite clearing that runway. Okay, the one that's behind the Cherokee on final, inside the shoreline, you plan on putting it on the numbers too. Put it on, boy, straight tail Bonanza. You're going to have to slow down because that Cessna ahead of you is slowing down. Slow it down.
Oshkosh Fly-In, come in.
Okay, Cherokee down the runway. Don't call me, fellas. A mile northwest over the gravel pit. Okay, Cherokee, you go down to the VOR. The Cherokee over the runway. Go down to the VOR and then land. The Cessna just landed. Expedite off the runway. There's one behind you. Bonanza cleared to land. And the one just coming up the end of the runway, the white one with the lights, you're cleared to land. Cessna, you're following a Cherokee on the short final.
All right.
Debonair, expedite off. Everybody, after you land, expedite off the final. Or correction, expedite off the runway. Tri-Pacer, you're following a Cub. Cessna, you're following a Tri-Pacer. Cubs cleared to land. Pacer's cleared to land. Cub, expedite off the runway. Cessna on final, level off. Cessna on final, level off. The one just coming up on the numbers, level off. You can plan on touching down up by the VOR. I'll let you know when to come down. The Tri-Pacer just touching down. As soon as you get it under control, expedite off that runway. I'm going to have one coming over the top of you. Red and white Cessna on final, flash your light. Okay, the one that just flashed on final, keep the speed up and you're cleared to land. Tri-Pacer looks like he's going off, you're cleared to land. Okay, the one on the short final, Tri-Pacer, if he's cleared, that one ahead of you is clear, go ahead and land. Looks good. Cessna on final, pick the speed up, expedite it up the runway, cleared to land. The Cessna approaching the shoreline, give me some more speed, pick it up and cleared to land. Red and white 172 on final. Keep up the speed and clear to land. Cherokee on final. You're following a Cessna ahead. Okay, if you're over the gravel pit, if you look due east, you'll see 122 airplanes on final. Get behind the last one. If you're over the gravel pit, I'd suggest you stay up there. You won't have to fly over to Michigan. Yeah, nobody else enter the downwind. Let's knock it off. Nobody else on the downwind. Just orbit the field in the north. There's a guy up north of the field now with a strobe light. Break it out to the north, and we'll go try it again. That final is all the way over to Michigan. Bonanza, break it off to the north. We'll just try it again. There's no sense doing it anymore. Cherokee's cleared to land.
Well, we got a Cherokee 6 driving right in front of me.
Who's got a Cherokee 6?
Comanche Cherokee 6 just got a Comanche off out here, and I am low on fuel, gentlemen. I'm going to need to get in.
Where are you at, sir? Are you on final?
Just in about a mile and a half out.
Okay, you fly right alongside of him. Stay to the north side of him. The Cherokee 6 that cut an airplane out. You cut a Comanche out. That Cherokee 6, I want to put it right on the numbers. Comanche, you fly to the north side of the runway. What I'm going to do is get you at midfield. I'll get the Cherokee down and stopped, and then I'll let you come back and land. You got it?
Okay.
Alrighty. Bonanza's cleared to land. Cessna on final behind the Bonanza. Keep the speed up. After you land, gentlemen, expedite off the runway. Believe me, we need the runway time. Bonanza just landed. Come on off and follow the flagman. Cessna's inside the shoreline on short final. Keep it coming. Okay, I want the Cherokee 6 at the shoreline to flash his light. The Cherokee 6 at the shoreline, you flash your landing light.
That's Mooney at the shoreline.
Okay, Mooney, you flash your landing light. Okay, I want the Mooney to land long. Mooney, I want you to fly right straight down that runway and go past the VOR. It's at midfield. Don't let down until you get there, and then I'll tell you when to land. If I don't tell you when to land, you're going to have to go around. The one that's right behind the Mooney, you put it exactly on the numbers. The Cherokee on final, put it right on the numbers, and you're cleared to land. Mooney, don't you let down. You fly right down that runway now. Okay, there's one inside the shoreline now. You're behind the Cherokee. The Cherokee's putting it on the numbers. If that gets close, you level off and fly down the runway, and I'll tell you when to land. The Cherokee, Cessna, level off, Cessna. I don't know if that's going to work or not. Now, the Mooney, Cherokee, you got it under control. The Mooney's going to come down. Mooney, land. Cessna on final, cleared to land. That's good. Put it right on the numbers. Cherokee, expedite it off the runway. Thank you, sir. Corsair, how's your fuel doing?
Oh, I got another hour. Get kind of used to it.
A lot of fun, huh?
Yeah.
Cessna on final, 'cause it's coming up to the numbers. You put it right on the numbers, over the end of the runway. The Cherokee behind him, level off, fly right down the runway, Cherokee. Right down the runway. You can plan on touching down after the VOR. I'll tell you when to land. The Cessna that just landed, as soon as you get it under control, make a left turn and expedite off the runway. Cherokee, right on down the runway. Don't let down. And, okay, I got a tide coming up on final here. Okay, there's one with 2 landing lights on final. You flash them. The single-engine Comanche, you level off, fly down the runway. Cherokee at the VOR, cleared to land. The Comanche, you level off, fly down the runway. The one that's on the Cessna 150, you put it exactly on the number, Cessna 150. Comanche, flash your lights if you hear me. I want you to level off now. Okay, Comanche, level off. Don't land, Comanche. The Comanche over the numbers, don't land, fly down the runway. 150, put it on the numbers and expedite off the runway. There's one close behind you. The straight tail Bonanza on final. You plan on putting it right on the numbers. The 150, expedite it off the runway as much as you can. The Comanche looks good. Go ahead and land.
Still a red Cessna over the gravel pits, orbiting. I got traffic behind me. What do I do?
If you can, keep him behind you.
I go downwind?
No, sir. No more downwinds. The final's still over in Michigan. Straight tail Bonanza's cleared to land. No more downwinds, gentlemen. Just stay away from the airport. As soon as we get the final back in this state, we'll start over.
I got twinners flying under me downwind.
Okay, well then you follow him. All the fellows holding up north of the field, if you can set up some kind of daisy chain up there, it's going to help. The twin that's north of the field, you'll never get on the final. Make a left turn and go north for a while.
Blue and white Cessna over the gravel pit.
Blue and white Cessna over the gravel pit. Just find somebody up there and get behind him and stay behind him. I'll tell you when you can come on. The the biplane northeast of the field, if you read the tower, rock your wings hard. Okay, I want all the airplanes on final approach to turn their landing lights on. Okay, the one that's on final, inside the shoreline with a landing light, flash your light so I know that you're listening to me. Okay, level off. That one that just flashed these lights, you level off. I'm going to take you down the runway and over the top of the other one. The one that's just coming up on the numbers, the Cessna with his light on, coming up on the numbers, put it on the numbers, sir, and get down as soon as you can. Give that biplane a... Okay, the airplane coming up on the shoreline with a light on. You keep a lookout for that biplane off your right. You're a Mooney, you're cleared to land. And the Cessna that just touched down, you expedite off the runway as much as you can. And there's another Cessna going over the top of you, so I need you off the runway in a hurry. Okay, the Cessna at the VOR can let down, cleared to land. Thanks a lot for cooperation. Come on down and land.
Thank you.
Okay, who's turning final out there with a light on in the lake? 460, do you have any idea how far east you are? The high-wing Cessna that's out in the lake, flash your, disregard. I want you to flash your light if you see anybody ahead of you. Okay, you keep coming. That Cessna with a light on out in the lake, keep coming. Gentlemen, and you're following a biplane that's turning final right over the shoreline. Okay, fellows, it's open. Report over the gravel pit with your color and type, and I'll try and give you a sequence. When you make the downwind, guys, keep it about a quarter of a mile north of the airport and keep your base leg just as Cessna 172 northeast. Start a right turn right to the runway now, right into the runway. It's a Cessna 170 with a strobe. Right into the runway, follow the biplane. Report over the gravel pit with your color and type. Make your downwind about a half mile or a quarter mile north of the airport, a real close right base. Get behind an airplane and follow him. We'll let you know how your sequencing looks. If you can do it, follow an airplane in. Cessna Cessna 170 over the lake. Right now you're following, okay, the one coming up on the shoreline. Okay, there's the second one on the right base. The one that's following. Okay, there's the second one on the right base. The one that's following the one's just turning a final. You follow one off to your right and low ahead of you. He's with a landing light on final. The one that's just turning final off right base, keep the speed up just as darn much as you can and clear to land runway 27. The one that's out over the lake with a light on, pick the speed up now. That looks good. There's one turning in front of you and one turning behind you. And there's another one with a strobe turning right base now. Right inbound to the runway, gentlemen, the bands out there. There's one turning final ahead of you. That one that's extending a base. Turn it onto the final. Pick the speed up. Put some power to it. Close the gap. Okay, Bonanza on the right base. When you turn the final, I might have you fly down the runway, so bear with me and pay attention as you come up the end of the runway.
White Beach 18 over the gravel pit.
White Beach 18 over the gravel pit. You follow Beach Rock Your Wing. The Beach 18 Rock Your Wings. Rock them hard. Follow the Musketeer ahead. The Musketeer ahead. You're following a Bonanza on final with his landing light on. Bonanza, flash your light. The Bonanza on final, flash your light. Okay, Mustang, he's flashing your light. I want you to get, Musketeer, I want you to get real close behind that one that's flashing his light. Do it again, Bonanza. Who's the high wing at the gravel pit with the landing light? Piper Cruiser, flash your light and rock your wings and let down, get in close and follow the Twin Beach due north of the tower. I got you. Your Beechcraft is right over the terminal building. Piper Cruiser, let down, get in close. Who's just leaving the gravel pit eastbound?
Orange and white Waco.
Orange and Waco, rock your wings. The Cherokee that just left the gravel pit with a nose light, rock your wings. The Cherokee north of the tower on a downwind, rock your wings and rock them hard and slow down.
That's a Waco.
Okay, if you're a Waco, rock your wings. Rock your wings so I can tell who you are. Okay, Waco, you're going to have to slow down just as darn much as you can. You're following a Piper Cub off your right. You see him?
Affirmative.
Follow him. Bonanza, thanks a lot for the help. Clear to land.
Where's the gravel pit?
1 mile northwest.
Thank you.
Musketeers cleared to land. Keep the speed up. And keep it just as close as you can, guys. Just as close as you can. The final gets out too far, and we have a lot of problems. Red and white home built that just left the gravel pit. You make a right turn. Come in closer to the runway and rock your wings if you're listening to me. The guy right over the landing, over the gravel pit with 2 landing lights. Turn your lights off and rock your wings, and you're following the Waco off your left front. Waco, if you hear me, rock those wings and rock them hard.
Red and white Cessna 140.
The Cessna 140, are you north of the field? 140, the home build, north of the field, north of the terminal building. Rock your wings. Twin Beach is cleared to land.
Thanks, Ryder.
Home build, northeast of the field. If you read, rock your wings and rock them real hard. Tri-Pacer, the high wing had just left the gravel pit. I think it's a Tri-Pacer, and Cessna 180 with a strobe. That just rocked the wings. You're following a 310 with a strobe ahead. He's having to widen it out. Now the one that behind the 180 with it 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 behind the